What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here at the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, Le'Veon Bell. We won't never talk about Le'Veon Bell, but we're talking about him today because he had a lot to say about the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to be very, very hard for him to get a job in the NFL moving forward right after the bumper. What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Le'Veon Bell had a whole lot to say about the Kansas City Chiefs. Basically, Le'Veon Bell said he don't like Andy Reid and he doesn't like the Chiefs and he won't be returning ever to play for the Kansas City Chiefs after his horrible time in Kansas City where he only had 63 carries and 200 yards. How many yards did Le'Veon have? Let me break this down. He was number 26. He played in 9 games. He started 2 games. He had 63 carries for 254 yards, which is right at 4 yards a carry. He just didn't play like he wanted to play. Now you'd say, dang, Kansas City really hurt Le'Veon. No, because in the Jets, the same season, he had 26 carries. He had 19 carries for 74 yards and averaged 3.9 yards of carries and 0 touchdowns. At least he had 2 touchdowns with Kansas City. So Le'Veon was going nowhere fast with New York. Le'Veon was going nowhere fast with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be very, very hard for Le'Veon to get a job in the NFL. And here's the thing, because Le'Veon's a diva, right? And the thing about divas is that you're only tolerated until you're not. And what I mean by that is your talent level and your production makes up your toleration, right? The teams, the NFL and the teams wherever will put up with you as long as you're productive. We'll put up with you as long as you're good. We'll put up with you when at least the divaness is balanced out by great play on the field. Well, Le'Veon, unfortunately for him, hasn't had very many great plays on the field. And so therefore doing this diva type behavior is not going to be tolerated anymore. Ask Antonio Brown. It was only one team essentially that was basically willing to put up with him, and that was the team with Tom Brady. And that team gave him bare minimum. Like he made the veterans minimum or whatever it was, super for a talent that is still, I think, is out of this world. And Le'Veon Bell ain't half the talent that Antonio Brown was, even in his prime. So now that Le'Veon Bell is not putting up the production that he once was. See, Pittsburgh put up with all these knuckleheads, and Mike Tomlin looks like a saint now, right? Because the knuckleheads that were Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and now even Juju Smith-Schuster with all the TikToks and stuff, Coach T was able to really put this together, and they had a lot of success together. Like they really had a lot of success as a team. They didn't win any Super Bowls, and sometimes they disappointed. But the fact that he was able to keep this all under wraps before it actually imploded, like Le'Veon did in New York, or like he's doing with Kansas City, like Antonio Brown did with the Raiders, like it's almost incredible, right? But see, Le'Veon was able to be a diva, be a rap star, whatever he wanted to do in Pittsburgh because he was doing things like this. He was, having 1360 on the ground, 1268 on the ground. So it's over 1,200 yards, over 1,200 yards twice and over 1,300 yards once. And then he had a 75 reception year, a 85 reception year, an 83 reception year with 800 yards one year, 600 and 600-yard years. So like, it's able, like, we'll put up with you when you put up 1,200 yards on the ground, another 600 through the air, and catch 80 balls right out the backfield. It's a lot easier to tolerate all the BS that you're putting up. But when you are only producing 4 yards a carry and only starting 2 games, only playing in 9 games, I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with it, especially when I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, when I have Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback, when I have Tyreek Hill on one side and Travis Kelce on the other, and fill in the blank everywhere else. Of course, Kansas City don't want Le'Veon Bell back. They were like, dang, he's not the player that we thought he was. Le'Veon, remember, took a season off and then went to New York. In New York, the Jets are where careers go to die. Right now, until something changes, the New York Jets are where careers go to die. Ask Sam Darnold. Ask Le'Veon Bell. Like, they just go to die when they go up there. So Kansas City's like, man, we have no reason, we have no use for you anymore. And now the fact that you're back, saying whatever you're saying about Kansas City, it's June, Le'Veon. Mandatory mini camps have started. Training camps are around the corner, and you're not on a roster. And it's going to be very, very hard for a general manager to justify to his team and to his owner on signing you. If you can't get along with Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs, the best culture in football right now, the Kansas City Chiefs have the best football culture right now. Obviously, New England had it for 20 years with Tom Brady, but Kansas City is like the bubbling dynasty. And you couldn't get along with them? You couldn't make that work? You had to go bash them publicly on Twitter? Yeah, man, it's going to be really, really hard for a general manager to justify to his team and to his owner on signing Le'Veon Bell. That's why, I don't want to say Le'Veon's career is done because he's only 29 years old, guys. But we know 30 years, like, in running backs, you age in dog years. And especially that 30, it's hard to stay in the league as a running back 30 and beyond. And he's only 29, so he hasn't hit that 30-year threshold. But then it's going, like I said, it's going to be really, really hard for them to go to a GM and say, hey, we need Le'Veon and here's why. Or go to a team or go to an owner and say, we need Le'Veon and here's why. Whether it's a coach vouching to a GM or a GM vouching to a coach or a team or an owner, it's going to be hard. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr., the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button and follow us on Instagram at VF Sports Show. We post content on there all the time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Peace.